All right, so you're here. You've hit 41 weeks. The nursery looks amazing. That car seat is installed tighter than Fort Knox. And your phone, well, your phone is probably about to be thrown out a window. You're in what feels like the final stretch. And let's just be real, it can feel like the longest part of the whole journey. But we're going to cut through all that noise and talk about what's really going on.
Oh my gosh, right? It's that text message, the one that makes your eye twitch. It doesn't matter if it's your mom, your best friend, or the delivery guy. Suddenly, everyone is on baby watch. You're feeling tired, you're uncomfortable, and you are just so ready. That pressure is no joke, but hang with me because we're going to flip the script on this whole waiting game.
I'm going to say that one more time, just so it really sinks in. You are not late. Your body isn't broken. You haven't missed some cosmic deadline. This whole idea that you're overdue is probably one of the biggest myths of pregnancy. And honestly, we're going to take it apart piece by piece right now. Okay, so let's dig into this. Why do we even use words like late or overdue? It's all because of the due date. But your due date isn't an expiration date stamped on a carton of milk. It's more like an educated guess, and a pretty loose one at that.
Just look at that range, a 5-week window. That's not a tiny crack of time. That is a huge, wide-open door. Anytime your baby decides to show up in that 5-week period is considered perfectly normal, healthy, and full term. So you're not late, you are squarely inside the normal window for arrival.
And here's the kicker. Get this. Only about 4 to 5% of babies are actually born on their exact due date. That means for every 100 babies, 95 of them are like, nah, I've got my own schedule, thanks. Your due date is basically a suggestion, a ballpark idea, not a set-in-stone appointment.
And hey, if this is your first baby, listen up, because this is especially for you. Think about it. Your body and your baby are learning a brand new, very complicated dance together. They've never done this before. So those hormonal cues, the softening of the cervix, all that stuff is taking a little extra time to get perfectly in sync. It's not a delay. It's more like a final dress rehearsal before the big show.
So while you're out here feeling like you're just stuck in a holding pattern, I promise you on the inside it's anything but quiet. Your body and your baby are working overtime, checking things off a top secret to-do list to get ready for go time. This really nails it, doesn't it? That column on the left, yeah, we know that feeling. Tired, achy, and just completely over it. But look at what's really happening on the right. Your cervix is getting softer and thinner. Your body is creating more oxytocin receptors to make your contractions super effective when they start. Everything is quietly and intelligently preparing. Nothing is stalled. It's all systems go, just behind the scenes. And what about your baby? Oh, they are busy. They're not just chilling in there, they're putting on the final layers of fat that'll help them stay warm in the outside world. They're practicing breathing movements, getting those little muscles ready. They're producing something called surfactant, which is this amazing stuff that keeps their lungs from sticking together after that first big breath. And their brain, it's still doing some seriously important last-minute construction. This isn't wasted time, it's valuable, essential time. Okay, let's talk about the big one, the I word, induction. It's probably come up, and it can sound really intense, maybe even a little scary. But the most important thing is to walk into this conversation feeling empowered, not pressured. This is all about making an informed choice that feels right for you. So what even is an induction? It's pretty simple, really. It's just the process of using medicine or other methods to get contractions going before they start on their own. It's a tool in the toolbox, and like any tool, there's a right time and a right reason to use it. But it's not the only way forward. And this part is so key. The official guidelines from the bigwigs, the American College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists, say that induction can be considered at this point. Considered, not required. The whole decision really comes down to whether or not your baby is still happy and healthy in there. And they check that with tests like a biophysical profile, which is like a detailed ultrasound, or a non-stress test where they listen to the baby's heart rate. If those tests look great, then waiting for labor to start on its own is a totally valid and safe option. So how do you actually make this choice without losing your mind? You just break it down. First, you talk with your doctor or midwife. Ask all the questions. Then you get the test done to check on the baby. Next, you go over those results together. And then, based on all that information, you decide. See how that works? It puts the control right back where it belongs, with you. So while you're in this waiting period, you're probably thinking, is there anything I can do to help things along? And the answer is yes. Let's talk about some gentle ways you can support your body while it does its thing. Now, these aren't magic spells to start labor. They're just ways to work with your body. Staying upright and moving around, like going for a walk or bouncing on a birthing ball, uses gravity to help the baby's head put nice, gentle pressure on your cervix. And remember, your uterus is a giant muscle. It needs water and food to work well. And for the love of all that is holy, please rest. Labor is a marathon, and you wouldn't show up to a marathon having pulled an all-nighter. Bank that energy. Okay, so while we know waiting is normal, we also have to be smart and pay close attention. You know your body and your baby best. If you notice a real change in your baby's movements, like they're way less active than usual, that's always a reason to call. Same goes for leaking fluid, any real bleeding, or those sudden warning signs like a crazy headache or swelling. Don't ever hesitate. Always, always trust your gut. We've talked a lot about the physical stuff, but I'm going to be honest, the mental game of these last few days is huge. It might actually be the most important part, because your mindset can have a real physical effect on when labor begins. Here's the cool science bit. There's this hormone called oxytocin. It's the love hormone, and it's also the hormone that makes contractions happen. But here's the thing about oxytocin. It's shy. It hates stress hormones like adrenaline. So when you're feeling anxious, worried, or constantly watched, your body can literally hit the brakes on labor. Feeling safe, calm, and cozy isn't just a nice idea. It's a biological command. So, how do you do it? Look at this stuff on the left. That's what kills the vibe. Scrolling through scary stories online, replying to all those, well, texts, watching the clock. Now look at the right. That's your new job. This is the good stuff. Warm baths, your favorite chill-out playlist, maybe just saying to yourself, my body knows what it's doing. Your only mission right now is to find your calm. If you walk away with just one thought from all this, let it be this one. You are not doing anything wrong. Your body is brilliant. Your baby is brilliant. This isn't a problem to be solved. This is a process unfolding on its own perfect, unique schedule. No, really, just stop and think about that for a second. You have built an entire person. You grew a heart, a brain, tiny little fingernails. You've handled everything pregnancy has thrown at you for 9+ months. You are unbelievably powerful. This last little bit of waiting, you can absolutely do this. All of this patience is going to pay off the second you meet your baby. Trust the journey, trust yourself, and get ready. You've got this.